It's that time of the season. That's right, it snuck up on us. Season finale Manhunt mission is here. In just a few short days, it will be live, and I'm going to make sure you're ready for it with a pretty kick-ass build and directions on how to share your build ideas for this manhunt. Lock and load. Let's do this.
Accept the division. This is a war you can't win.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
Freak out, yo.
All right, Bandidos, first things first, if you go into your manhunt here, we're approaching week 10, which is the closure of the manhunt. Let's get the operational stuff out of the way. You need to make sure you complete all of the square weeks in order to access the final manhunt. So there will be 3. So you have 2 that are already unlocked you can do right now. There's 1 that'll be unlocked the same day the final manhunt will be ready. So on this coming Tuesday, the week 10 scout activity will be available, and by completing that, you can immediately go into the manhunt. So the manhunts are structured differently than your average bounty. So what they do is take an existing mission, remix it just for the manhunt. It's pretty cool. The manhunt missions will persist on your map as an available option forever. You can always come back and replay it on any difficulty. What's special about these, they open up a new difficulty called Master difficulty, which is somewhere between heroic and legendary. They allow you to run that season's modifiers for that mission. Even if the seasonal modifiers change this coming season, you can still come back and play this mission with this season's modifiers, but it won't allow you to play next season's modifiers in this manhunt. There's also going to be an exclusive reward. Now, it was originally planned to be the Tempest, and I think the Tempest will still be included in this. Right now, it is available by beating Summit Floor 100, but they did say earlier on that they were gonna still allow it to be unlocked here. I don't know if that's still going to be the case. They could have changed their mind. There's going to be another reward. We don't know exactly what it is, but I have a feeling it's that named LMG we were all expecting to be part of the Halloween event, which it wasn't. We'll see. Maybe it's an outfit. I don't know. There's also typically Easter eggs involved with these. Not always, but those are fun to discover too. Typically, you're gonna have to play this thing at least twice. The first time you encounter it, consider it sort of like a tutorial, and that's going to be sort of a story mode. And then you can come back and play it at a higher difficulty to reap your rewards and take on the challenge. The first time you complete it, either solo or in group on master difficulty, it's a guaranteed shot at whatever the reward is. After that, or if you play it on any other difficulty, then it's gonna be up to RNG. Master difficulty combined with a handcrafted mission that really makes these events shine. So taking advantage of that difficulty is a really cool way to break your routine. So you're gonna need a good build, and that's what I'm bringing you today. So this is the build I've been kind of locked in on for the last couple of weeks of this season. It's a 4-piece striker build with not a ton of added survivability because we're utilizing the windows of invulnerability thanks to the seasonal modifiers. That allows me not to really worry about armor because it's all about timing when to activate that immortality.
Listen all y'all, listen sabotage. Listen all y'all, listen sabotage. Listen all y'all, listen sabotage.
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm gonna set it straight. This Watergate, so why you sit back and wonder why? I got this fucking thorn in my side. Oh my God, it's a mirage. I'm telling y'all, it's sabotage.
What's status?
Sabotage. Sabotage.
Respond to fight in the pixel stage.
I know you planned it. I'm gonna set it straight. This Watergate, I can't stand rocking when I'm in here. 'Cause your crystal ball ain't so crystal clear. So why you sit back and wonder why? I got this fucking thorn in my side. Oh my God, it's a mirage. I'm telling y'all, it's sabotage. Kick it.
We're all in on damage, and then I do have a little bit of armor on kill because we just didn't really need any more damage. But if you wanted to just strip away this chest piece, which is Palisades, go ahead and do that. This is an additional 10% armor on kill. If you want to take it away, you can put on Sokolov, a Cheska, or a Grupo. Anything like that will make sense. There's like 50,000 different ways you can split this build. The enemies are probably tanky enough where you could run the striker chest piece if you want to, and then you don't have to worry about your talent being active or not. You could also strip off the backpack and run Adrenaline Rush for bonus armor to give you added protection. You could also run the Memento for bonus armor, more damage, and all of the other buffs that thing gives you, instead of rocking Overdogs, which are giving us 30% amplified damage sometimes when you're hitting the right target. So it's just kind of a default glove option at this stage, but a really good default option. Everything's all red, and then I'm running crits everywhere, and you want to balance your crits out because the SMGs come with a lot of crit chance. We have 21% crit chance. I'm running 10% damage to targets out of cover. I do have expertise on mine. Let me just sidebar on this weapon real quick. So the Ouroboros was the king of all weapons. It was like the meta DPS for sustain, for burst. It had great average DPS. And then the devs came through and nerfed it, and it's still good, but the other options equalized with this weapon. For example, you could pick up the Dark Winter and get that really nice 90% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. Here's the deal, and this is why this weapon still shines in my book. I actually set it aside when they nerfed the Ouroboros and hadn't used it because the extra buffs that I had before the nerf were what really made it stand out to me, because the talent's sort of crap. Rule them all. I'm not even going to read it because it's just a crap talent. But look at the reload compared to the Dark Winter. It's 1.37 seconds compared to 1.79 seconds. And that friggin' matters when you're running and gunning. Look at the mag, you got an extra 5 rounds, and then you have a higher RPM. The base damage is the same, so that's part of what they equalized. I just really think that right now, especially, the Ouroboros is shining bright because of those added RPMs and the added 30% weapon damage. It's just very I don't want to oversell this because the true value of the Ouroboros is in its simplicity. It's point and shoot. It's fast in all departments. Where if you're running the Dark Winter for Perfect Killer, maybe the talent is up, maybe it's not. It's a little bit slower, and the reload is kind of painful on that thing. Since RPM is king, this weapon is doing the trick. Now, some of you might not have the Ouroboros, but I wanted to showcase it on this build, even for you that don't, because of the extended goals event that's going to be coming up here shortly. The Ouroboros can drop during that, and I suggest you get it. Although it may not be the super meta anymore, it's still an excellent weapon and a great one for when you have power everywhere and you just don't want a complicated build and you want your power to be stable. Like this season, you can get it from Paradise Lost, and we have been doing Paradise Lost on the channel more often now, and it's really fun. So look forward to that if you want to hop in. For the other weapon, I'm using the Lud, so I do toggle back and forth. But if I happen to have used my Reviver Hive or really need to use my shield, then I definitely stick to the SMG. To pop out some range, the Lud is amazing with perfect streamline. When you're invulnerable, this weapon feels really good to run and gun with as well. No shield. So damage to targets out of cover, I definitely recommend putting as much expertise as possible. And then I just have crits everywhere. For the sidearm, you definitely want to use the quick step. Hopefully everybody had the chance to get this. It comes with the talent sport mode, giving you 20% movement speed, making everything in the game just go a little bit faster. I'm not really shooting it, it's more of a stat stick. So of course, striker, weapon handling, rate of fire, amp damage. I'm running crits everywhere. So just make sure you cap your crits, spend everything else on crit damage. If you want to put a little bit of armor, feel free. And then of course, I'm running Obliterate on my chest. For the skills, do whatever, but for the master mission, a Reviver Hive is probably good. You don't really need much else. And then the shield, in case you have a hard flank when you're not immortal, this is a good thing. So 60% crit chance. And then if you swap weapons, we're at 48% crit chance and then 130% crit damage. I'm running Gunner for 10% armor on kill. That's a final 20% armor on kill, and it also helps us with our ammo. For the modifiers, this is important. Divide and conquer. Going into the master mission, you want to have as many of your control points captured or your zones captured. My current damage bonus is at 19%, and then I have almost cap rate of fire bonus, but I'm not completing all my zones because I want that last manhunt to reveal itself so I don't duplicate my work or have to reset my map in order to complete that activity. So for the active modifier, it's all about Zealot. This gives you that window of invulnerability. By now, hopefully this isn't new. It's all about timing on when and how to use it. And then for these, I just kind of default to Rupert's Tear and then Stepping Stone, which gives you hollow point ammo when you get a headshot kill on an assault. And then for this third one I changed depending on the faction. So check this out. We have a channel on our Discord where we've been featuring your guys' favorite builds for the season, and we now reached that point in the season where it's time for you to share yours. Let's focus on what builds you plan on bringing into the Climax mission. Head to my Discord and then to this channel. You can describe it or upload screenshots, but what's really important is letting the community know why you love it. That's the only requirement. Go to this channel to share your builds, or go to this channel to get ideas. I'll be sure to post this build there, but at the very least, I hope this sparks some ideas for you. I can't wait to see your guys' great ideas. So I will be streaming the Manhunt live, both on Twitch and YouTube. I hope you're there to join us. See you at the rendezvous. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?